Welcome back to day 5 of the Lightspender Guide. In today's video, we'll be going through the next trial and getting some big upgrades. We have access to the Artifact Blacksmith, which grants us right off the bat a few crafts. So let's go ahead and do these crafts. Maybe we'll get an artifact to start off. And we did. This is for an assassin. Not the best, but we can use it on anyone. Let's see if we got anything else. Just that, and it started off at 2 stars, which is kind of big. So that'll definitely be helpful. And when you're in here, you'll get some of these missions to get you some of these crafting materials. And they have a extra little mission on the side to get you that bonus materials. Not really required. When you come in here, if it's not orange, you're going to want to use your free refresh right here each time to see if you can get it to be ranked up to orange. Let's see, we got one right here. So obviously not going to use the refresh because we like that it's orange already. And let's just check out this one real quick. Refresh. And yeah, so we got a Mesoic Starstone right off the bat. We have the bonus for them all, so we're loving life right off the bat. And can we do any more crafts? Over here, definitely not worth it. Would not get this. It's just not that great of value. So I'll leave it up to you, but my recommendation is not to do that. And what do we got here? 1,000 diamonds will take it. Forgot about these little chests. And some of those elemental crystals, perfect. And you'll find that equipped right here. And as you can see right now, we don't have an assassin. If you did have an assassin, it would show up. We can throw it, for instance, well, she's not, you need to be at least rank 9. But it would show up in the first spot. But what you can do is over in the artifact section, as you can see, it goes defaulting to whatever class they are. But if you hit all, you'll be able to equip it on anyone. You're not going to get this passive bonus right here where it's assassin bonus, the current hero's mage, blah, blah, blah. But enter combat and gain 5% single damage for 2 turns. Obviously not going to get that, but we're going to get all these stats. 5,700 attack, 300 defense, 360,000 HP. And you can forge that up, upgrade it to max when you get it, get a few more stats. As you can see, we ran out, but we were able to get to 7,500 attack. So pretty good. And we're just going to equip it on our Night Eater for now because we're still running through Abyss Tower. I just hopped in real quick and we're on the final floor, or 2 more floors to go before we hit the last one. And I put all my best gear on Night Eater. Night Eater is queen for this combat, so we'll let that run in the background. And while we're doing that, let's just also check out the Ancient Sanctuary. I did do some of the fights behind the scenes. We got up to floor 8, and we got only 2 stars here. We weren't able to clear it in the 9 rounds. And I did put Aurora in to get through floor 7 with it in place of Saint because it gives us a little bit more rage back, more damage. And let's see how it looks for, let me see who has what gear. We could try it on her. Maybe I'll swap the gear back. Let's see what this looks like now that we have an artifact. Still weren't able to do it in the 9 rounds. Let's try and swap the gear real quick. We can do that. And still, yeah, maybe after we get the next coronet, we'll have enough power. But if you're getting stuck there, it's probably just because we're lacking a little bit of damage, obviously. And floor 20, can we get the last basic codex? I think we got it in the bag. It's been pretty easy. No real concern for me. It's been hitting the 12 out of 12 each time. So let's hop over in this section as well. I think today we get one of the Judgment Swords. We already have a full set, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, we get the Judgment Sword up here, so we can throw that on our other damage dealer. Ooh, and 2 more crafts for the Mesoic Starstone, so we'll craft those up. Maybe we'll get another artifact. And Talisman Recast and Artifact Casting. So the Artifact Casting is what is just crafting it. So we can go ahead and hit that forge 2 more. We'll have enough in 4 hours after we get the missions done here, or actually 6 hours. So, you know, I'll have that done later. And there we go. First shot, all 20 done. We got a couple more of these scrolls. Let's pull those. We're getting close to our card. I think I could have just collected it all in the other spot right here, yeah. And as always, grab your diamonds. Love the free diamonds each day. In the shop, do we have access to anything? We do have access to this. We don't have enough to get a full 100, but we could, I think it's 100 to rank it up. We could rank one up tomorrow. We'll hold off on buying anything now to see if we want to get something else, but that could be handy for the Codex boss in the future. But we have what's here is the trial stages. Has anyone cleared it yet? Not yet. We could be the first. So let's go ahead and just use the standard same team as before and see how far we get. Hopefully we just blast right through it. I'm not worried at all. Our team is really strong. We've been cooking all the other content, and it's been really enjoyable. Not too much heavy investment on my part time-wise, which is great. Kind of able to just hop right in and plow through the content and have some challenges still along the way with Dragonspine Tower, that Ancient Sanctuary. There are some fun modes that are challenging, and it's not like it feels like it's impeding my progress, right? Impeding my progress. The free-to-play was very, not stressful, but time-intensive trying to min-max everything. So yeah, we're just blasting through heroes, even with the gear on Night Eater and not on Dragon Lord. So you can see that they're very comparable in damage. Obviously, whoever has the better gear should be doing more damage, and we can check here. And yeah, so Night Eater with the better gear is doing more damage, but if she had the better gear, she might use it a little bit more effective right now. But we'll soon be having Night Eater 2, 10 stars, and our Dragon Lord's not going to keep up because I think the next copy is maybe our next purchase. It could be further away, but I'm not sure when we're going to be doing that. Maybe next week, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? We'll have to see what the deals are. There also is an artifact event that I forgot to pull, so we could be summoning for that as well. But let's see if we blast through this without even an artifact. So far, we're no struggles whatsoever. We're clearing it within the first 2 rounds, which is great. Usually stage 7 is a hard point, and then the stage 10 obviously is pretty hard. But 7 and 10 are the ones that usually are the tricky ones. So here comes 7. Let's see if it is a challenge or if we'll just cruise right through it. I think the snake one in general is actually, I would say, a little bit easier. It was easier than the Mulan one because she's not as tanky as Mulan. Mulan, for the free-to-play, was crazy if you let her get the shield off. Yeah, so we're cruising right along. Everyone's basically full HP, which is great. So if you're following along doing the same thing as me, you're just killing it. In PvP, we're doing pretty well as well. Obviously, we smashed the Guild Wars. We got the first place reward with the 8,000 guild coins as well, so getting us that much closer to our first crown, Hardening Crown. So that'll be, obviously, the longest point will be actually getting the guild up high enough level to actually make the purchase. We'll definitely have a plethora of guild coins by then. But so far, so good, right? We took some damage here, a little bit of damage, but overall we're not getting hit too hard, especially with Dragon Lord stunning. It's really obviously a cakewalk. You're going to be having no problems. And then after this, we'll check out the artifact summoning event, which we didn't even need, which is great. And I think tomorrow we'll probably do more summons to try and get our 10-star Night Eater, or we can just get it from the card selector. My goal is going to be getting the 12-star Night Eater to see if it's really worth it, because I don't even have 12-star on my main account, just because, back then didn't know she'd be getting a rework, and don't think she's still super duper meta, but she's going to be part of the new meta team coming up, so I think it's going to be a good investment. And there we go. Second Coronet in the bag. I think it was another 60,000 power. And with this one, we're getting that PvE increase in damage, 10%. So maybe that will push us through in the Sanctuary as well. So we can check that out as real quick. And did we clear it first? We did get it first. Someone almost beat us to the final one though, because these were empty a second ago. But we did beat Zeph to the last stage, which is cool. Not a big deal, but kind of cool to have your name there. And anything else in here? Over here. 1 3-star artifact. You might not get that today, but we got 2 days to get through it. We'll definitely have it hopefully by that last day to get those extra little rewards. Didn't even ascend this. Not a big deal. This one is going to be better than one of the other offensive ones for our support. So I can show you who I would put it on. Let's see what we got. It's going to be taking off the... Excuse me. So these divinity things that are popping up for anyone that is 9-star. We'll talk more in a few days when we start getting the resources. Actually, we'll be getting that today. There's another game mode I almost missed. So we'll check out that in a second as well. But you'll want to use this one. We'll keep that for her. This is the one we're going to want to replace because it's just increased damage when one of your allies basically die. It's not the best one. It's probably the worst one of the bunch. So we'll swap it with Sun God Prayers. And this one, when resurrecting a hero, reduces the damage received only by 10%. But hey, damage reduced is damage reduced. So throw that on one of your resers and they'll be happy. And you can stick that extra one if you have Aurora on her for the content that doesn't allow you to share gear. She'll be a little bit stronger in the meantime. And obviously go up to the Magic Codex and grab those orbs, and you can just throw it in more attack right off the bat. Not much more, but every little bit helps, right? So before we jump into the artifact summoning event, there is the Lost Empire that will open up today. You have 24 hours to do this one. Some days, if it's depending upon the cycle, you might have 48 hours or 30-something hours. But obviously, you want to make sure you do it every time it's open because they have some great rewards in here. These are the ones I work on my main account. It takes a long time to get these superior ones, a real long time. But early on, you could rush one treasure to get a little bit more damage. We'll just hold off. You're going to eventually get a bunch of these. If you want long-term power, definitely recommend just getting these two first and just always making sure you max it out. But if you want some short-term power, you can get a couple of treasures and some inferior ones just because it'll get you some quick stats right off the bat. So let's just hop right in. You have to do the first fight. You always want to do 3 stars. Otherwise, if you do any that are not 3, you're not going to get the top chest. So 100% want to make sure you're doing that. If you don't get the top chest, it's not the worst because it's 3 of these and you're not missing out on this superior one. So you're not missing out on too much if you're really struggling, but you're going to want to try your best to do the 3 stars, and you should have no issues because you should be way stronger than your whole server right now if you've been following along. Because we have a light hero and dark hero that are damage healers. This light and dark damage are really good. I like the unit immune too. Kind of hard to say what's better, but we'll just go with damage for now. And after your first battle, you can click that skip and blast through. Let's see if we just cruise right along. The very first couple stages should be real easy. The nice thing about this content too is that they kind of gear it towards your power level. So if you are really strong, they'll add in additional heroes that are also strong. With a lot of mages right now, the mage damage reduction is pretty good as well as one. If you're seeing that, it'll make it so if your opponent goes first, you might not get one shot right off the bat and you'll be able to kill them. What else we got going? And it's usually every 1, 6, 11 stage, etc., where you get the bonus. We'll get another bonus here. We'll take the light damage increase. And so far, cruising along. It feels like everything's been real enjoyable this playthrough. Definitely a different experience if you've done a free-to-play playthrough compared to this. You really get to enjoy how much power you have with just a tiny bit of spending. Just those extra heroes and stats early on make a huge difference for the beginning gameplay. So blasting ahead, only 5 more stages after this, and we'll have it done, right? And for the last one, priest healing HP, we'll take the warrior HP. Always good to keep your tank alive. But for the most part, you'll see that we've been facing Lucas King a lot because Lucas is on the server and probably right around the highest power level. So we hit a point where there is someone strong. We could use one of our free resets. So there's nothing wrong with that. But you could also challenge and see if you win. We actually beat them, which is impressive. I don't even know what my power level is. Maybe it's 3 million now. But if we didn't, we could always go back, try again. There's unlimited tries. So if you're close, you can keep trying, tweaking your team. But you do have only 5 free resets. But then after that, it costs 20 diamonds to do another reset. And I'll leave it up to you whether or not. If it's worth, if you only need one more stage, it could be worth spending 20 diamonds. But if you need a bunch, it's probably not worth it. And there we go. We got some of these in bag. And like I said, I'll wait a little bit before I buy it. We have 13 days before this resets. Just look up here for what your reset is before you make a decision. You don't need to buy it the very first second. And now that we have that, are we able to plow through this? If we get through this stage, I won't bore you like that. And I'll just check in tomorrow, let you know how far we got. So still stuck on this round. We're missing a hero here. Maybe that will make a difference, right? Who do we take out? Can we get it now? All right, maybe we were missing one last time. We got the extra stage, and we can plow up another one. Let's quickly see if we get through this one. Because I'm pretty sure it's either, maybe it's 9 or it's 12 where it switches over to a different mode entirely. And you start getting diamonds for every floor cleared, which is amazing when you full clear it. That 1,000 diamonds goes a long way. So the earlier we get up there, the more impact it's going to have for us early game. So you really want to be pushing this content because it's going to benefit you more early game than it will later. There is only 120 floors right now. And don't expect to get through all floors 120 because you'll need 2 really stacked teams eventually. But we should be able to make some good progress and hopefully get further than hopefully get up a bit where we start getting some of the diamonds. But looks like we might be stuck here again. We'll have to just we'll try it one more time real quick. We got it. So might take a couple tries, but it looks like we're kind of moving along. And like I said, I'll check back with you tomorrow when it resets and we'll show you where we left off. Hopefully we'll be getting some diamonds there. Let's check to see if we can clear the 500th with the new Cornet as well. Because if we get that, we open up the next stage. We'll give it one more try. What are we running with? Let's see what it looks like. I think we're just probably dying to the counterattacks. The last time I checked, that's what was happening. And I could swap the goddesses. Could be more useful to have the other goddess. One that's more offensive. I have the shield one in currently. I think I was just testing to see if it made any difference. But yeah, as you can see, we're getting cooked, the whole team. So what we could do is we could also swap our gear around back to Dragon Lord. But we can also swap the goddess and maybe put in her. Yeah, we'll have to do a little bit more work. We'll go and push that tomorrow, most likely. Where are we at? We're at almost 9 million power, which is amazing. And while we're here, is there anything else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, the final thing. So let's leave off here with the artifact trial summon spirits. So in this event, you're going to want to make sure you pick the trial mage core. So far, the meta's been, when the new mages come out, they kind of be their king or queen, the strongest of the bunch. And this is the only event, the only trial, that these can be converted to whatever. Moving forward, you'll have to select one. You can't convert it. So this gives us a unique ability to just grab, say, the mage one, and then we can hold on to just this artifact and then eventually change it to whatever we want. Usually I advocate for Dragon's Roar, but maybe we'll hold off on that. We'll make a decision later depending upon how hard the content is and whether or not we want to really push the damage now. But 100%, I recommend you should be going for the mage one. It's going to be the most versatile. And so far, the meta's been mages are king or queen. And maybe that will change in the future. But as of right now, that's how it's been. So 100% recommend going for that. Do your free pull. We can do 50 diamond pulls eventually. The Mercy rolls forward for any time there's an artifact event. And 100% going to be doing all the pulls. And we could actually... I know I'm doing all the pulls. Let's do it like 10 right now. We'll save some diamonds. We'll do the rest pulls later. Let's see if we can get a couple of artifacts. The nice thing about this is you can pump out a couple of artifacts so that we got a gold one right here, soul capturing. This is good for the warrior. And we got a mage one, sweet. So we got artifacts for basically everyone, which is huge. And we can use them to upgrade it. So that's going to give us another massive power increase. So for your warrior, obviously you're going to want to put the, if you have this, grab this and throw it on her. We're going to get that damage crit resistance if you're in the front row, and she's currently in the front, which is big. And we have that. We can just swap the actual mage one on. Dragon Lord. Oh, she can't even wear it because she's not level 9 yet, rank 9, which is no problem. Yeah, so it's until day 15, they have to be rank 9. We got a couple of 9 stars, which is big. And we can actually stick the mage one on her. And that gives us the 5% sustained damage increase, which is maybe a little bit better. We're going to lose some stats unless we can forge it up. Let's see if we can upgrade it and rank it up. Yeah, so we have 2. So you just ascend. And we don't have enough for that. But this will be better now. So there we go. A little extra power. And we could just rank up this one as much as we can as well. And what's our power now? We're almost at 3 million power. We could jump back in and test out this Dragonspine Tower and see if we actually get through here now. I think it'll be better with Saint. That's just my instinct. And we're able to get through. So just a few more artifacts and you're able to plow through. So if you're in a situation like me and you can't do all 50, right off the bat, you can just get a couple artifacts on your main heroes and just get that extra little power. And we'll leave this for here. We'll talk about this tomorrow to make sure we have something to talk about because we already crushed the trial. And yeah, I'm going to do some progress in the background. And tomorrow we'll touch base on the Eternal Tower. So it's yelling at me to go in here. And hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments if you're struggling anywhere. And see you tomorrow for day 6, where we'll try and progress up the tower in the Eternal Tower, and I'll touch back in with where we ended up in the Ancient Sanctuary. I'm going to try and put a little bit of extra work in there to try and get those extra diamonds sooner than later. As always, have a wonderful day, and please like and subscribe, and take care. Thanks.